and like the days following. So basically you can say that I got jumped on my birthday. Girl Mazziiaquilla, your guru, your guide to everything high school, college, and just life in between. If you're new here, hey. If you are returning, hey girl, you already know what's up. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you can be kept in the loop. Okay, so before I get into this video, I do want to throw out just a little bit of a disclaimer. For one, let's focus on the goal of my channel. I am not one to spread negativity, hate, or violence. I am all for peace, love, and positivity. But this is my real life experience, and I think sharing it not only shows the growth in my journey, but might also be beneficial to some of you. With that being said, I do want to remind you guys this story is not to bash or hate anyone that is mentioned in the story. It is just my life experience. I don't even get into stuff like this like ever, so it's so rare, and that's why it's story time worthy. Then we got sorry y'all, ooh, my wig is not glued down. It is literally 8:30 in the morning. I've been up since 5, but I have a lot to do today, and I was like, bro, I've been slacking. I need to get a video out, and I'm not gonna keep playing with y'all, putting out these beautiful videos 3 weeks at a time. No, we're getting consistency. We are getting consistent, period. But basically, the reason why I even remembered this story was because yesterday, well, this week has been really busy for me. Let's start there. But yesterday I had a dentist appointment, as y'all might see, the thing banging and things blanging for real. It was just a little routine cleaning. But unfortunately, I haven't been to dentists in like forever, literally since 2018. Now yesterday there was like some confusion about the last time that I went to the dentist, and they were like, on our records it's saying 2017, so did you like go to a different place? And I'm like thinking, did I go to a different place? Did I go to a different place? And then as the lady is playing in my mouth, I realized I did go to a different dentist, and the reason why I forgot it was because of this story. So this story takes place in my freshman year of high school, and it literally ranges between the day of my birthday and like the days following. So basically you can say that I got jumped on my birthday. Way to bring in the year of being 15, right? Okay, so for context, I was forget best friends. I was sisters with this girl. We had been friends since 7th grade. Obviously, we were in 9th grade at the time, so it was a very long friendship. For, purposes, we're going to name this girl Loopy. So Loopy and I were really close. I'm talking about like at each other's houses all the time, always together, always on FaceTime, always posting each other, always making videos, always laughing, talking, giggly, all the stuff that you do with your close friend. Now, at this same time, Loopy was in a very toxic relationship with this guy who we're going to call E. So E and Loopy, toxic. And I'm not talking about like, oh, they be arguing and breaking up. I'm talking about he be cheating on her, dogging her out, and she be paying for his haircuts and buying him sneakers. Yeah, very much Loopy, right? Okay. So I'm emphasizing how toxic their relationship is because it directly affected my life, my entire life, because that was my best friend, and she always would throw me into the drama or, trying to get me to mediate something because we were all friends at one point. So yeah. So let's start from the day of my birthday. Day of my birthday, had a good day. It was a nice day. Like literally that week was it was supposed to be such a good week for me. It was my birthday, and then I had my very first hosting event, and then I was going on a trip to Delaware with Wins. So I'm like, yes, like this week, Aries, mind you, for whatever reason, we couldn't link up on my actual birthday. So we ended up linking up the day after my birthday. Actually, I think on the day of my birthday, I didn't do anything because I got in trouble in school or something. So the day after my birthday, me and Loopy link up and we make this video. And we just having fun that day. Like, we're having fun. right? Or, yeah. So that was the day of my birthday. So in the morning, I had hosted the event, so I'm hyped up. I'm looking cute. This is what I look like. Maybe I wasn't looking cute, but I was looking. And so yeah, we made that video and it was lit. Later on that day, Loopy comes back to my house and, you know, she's giving very much weird vibes. Like, she's like kind of in a rush, but she's not in a rush. It was just very weird. But I'm just going with it because in my mind, like, my trip is coming up. I'm about to be out in Delaware, lit as a wick. You feel me? I'm prepared, and I just want to get lit with my friend before I go. Like, I want to turn up with her. So we at my house, we making videos, we doing what we usually do, taking pictures. You know what we usually do. And then all of a sudden she gets a text from her mom, and her mom is like, oh yeah, you gotta leave now. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, all right, you gotta leave a little earlier. I get it, because her mom was kind of strict about stuff like that. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna walk you home. Now, mind you, like, remember I said E and all of us, E, Loopy, and I used to all be cool? We used to be cool because he lived really close to me. So a lot of times it would be like, oh, let's go visit E, or E and Loopy would come visit me. We were really close like that. So at this time, E had a whole girlfriend. Forget a girlfriend, they were wife. He was wifing a girl. She went to his high school. Loopy did not. So girlfriend was girlfriend. Like, girlfriend was girlfriend status, but E was still using Loopy for, like, you know, financial compensation. Very much getting his haircuts, very much getting his sneakers, very much supporting him, very much. She probably was paying for their dates, like, at this point. So, unbeknownst to me, Loopy was still dealing with E. Mind you, I was the friend that, I'm the type of friend, if I know you're in a situation that ain't no good for you, I'm not going to sit there and let you suffer. I'm going to try to encourage you to do better for yourself, because I will hope that you will encourage me to do better for myself. Loopy she was loopy. She was really delusional. So she was telling me that the girlfriend was harassing her. Like, the girlfriend was, like, you know, just picking on her for no reason. And me being the type of person I am, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That would make sense, because why? Because you don't care about him, right? Like, you done with him. Because I said be done with him, and you my friend, so I know you're going to listen to me because I give good advice, so you going to listen because I said it, right? No. So, you know, the whole day, Loopy is telling me about the little drama that's going on, like, the back and forth. I remember is, like, Loopy, no, the girlfriend, let's call her Natalie. So Natalie came at me because I was defending Loopy at one point on social media. So me and Natalie did get into it a little bit on social media, but it was more just like, you know, when you got somebody's account and you DM somebody and you like, leave my sister alone, hashtag sis here. Like, it was like something like that on my part. So I really wasn't trying to get in this, because my best friend Naya, she was advising me like, something about this is fishy. So back to Loopy having to leave my house. So me and Loopy leave, and the way that we take, so the way it's set up is like my house, E house, long walk past the pastor. Then you gotta cross a bridge to get to Loopy's house, right? So me and Loopy were walking. We get to the end of E's block. Yeah, the end of E's block, and she's like, girl, let's finish making this trailer that we were making. So we were making a trailer, and I'll insert the trailer here. So we doing that, and then we see E, Natalie, and like 3 or 4 of E's siblings. So I'm not thinking enough of it, because I'm the type of person, if I don't like you, I am very good at ignoring you. To an extent. To an extent. I'll be honest, to an extent. So I'm like, just like, I'm not thinking enough of it. So we continue to walk. Somehow, like, they ended up behind us. And you can even see the siblings in the trailer. This is the trailer. So you see the siblings behind us. But we're not paying them no mind. Once we start finishing up on our trailer, right, the siblings, mind you, these are children. They're like 8, 9, 10 years old, they start, you know, yelling, like saying like little slick stuff out their mouth, like calling us out of our name and stuff. And I'm not thinking of nothing of it because it's like they're little kids. They probably mad at Loopy for some reason. I don't know. So I'm not thinking enough of it. But then I noticed that they're following us. Now, granted, they're going to the McDonald's or something like that, or maybe they're going, you know, somewhere else. And I'm like, if they're going that way, when we get to this corner, they're going to turn. So this is what I did. I'm thinking, because in my mind, I am being a little cautious because these kids are yelling rude things. Me and Loopy are walking. They're continuing on with their mouth. I'm saying to Loopy, I'm like, what is going on? Like, why are they doing that? She's like, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I don't know. Now, remember earlier I said her mom texted her? What I didn't mention is that she was typing mile a minute while the whole time she was at my house. Like, she was texting someone back to back to back to back. And the type of text is like, you know when you like, because you arguing, but I didn't even peep that because I was so in the moment of just enjoying time with my friend back. So we get to the corner. At this point, if they're going to the McDonald's, they're going to turn this way. I'm like, Loopy, let's go this way just to like see. Even though we did have to go in the same direction as them. Why they turn the same way as us? So at this point, I'm like, no, I don't really like that. Because at the end of the day, when I walk Loopy home, I have to walk home by myself. And I don't know what they're planning right now. I don't know what's going on. So I turn around and I'm like, is y'all following us? Ha. And then Natalie, she piped right up. She didn't waste no time with me. She like, no, why is she still texting E? She need to leave him alone. He don't want her. And I'm like, I look at Loopy and I'm like, girl, are you serious? You're still dealing with this man? Mind you, at this point, he literally threw trash at her. Put it like there was so much abuse going on in this relationship at that point. It was like, girl, why are you still dealing with him? So I'm like embarrassed for my friend, but at the same time, I'm going to defend her. So I'm like, whoa, like backtrack. What is going on? What is up? I'm like, listen, y'all, we all right here right now. This is childish. This is petty. We can squash this right now. Y'all can either talk it out, or if y'all feel like y'all can't talk it out, open space and opportunity. You know what I mean? So they're like, we not talking. Natalie like, I'm not talking nothing out. She's messing with my man. And I'm like, dang. So I look at Loopy and I'm like, what's the dilly? Like, what's the dilly? What's the dilly for really? And she like, da-da-da. So at this point, Natalie is still piped up. So I'm yelling at Natalie because I feel like she disrespected me. Like, girl, I'm trying to mediate. I'm trying to see so nothing goes down because I don't want drama. Like, I don't want the drama. So I turn around to Natalie, like, I'm like, girl, y'all followed us. What is y'all following us for? Da-da-da-da-da. So I'm popping off a little bit, but I'm still not antagonizing. I'm just defending myself. At this point, we realize, well, it's very clear that words are not going to work with the situation for whatever reason. So everybody's in the street. E's in the street. Natalie's in the street. I'm in the street. Loopy's in the street. And the siblings are like on this curb still because they're children. So I'm like, listen, y'all gonna have to box this out. We're not gonna do this. After this, I don't want to hear nothing else about the situation. So we step in the street. Natalie steps up and she like goes to swing while Loopy don't step up. So I'm closer. So Natalie, boom, hits me. Me and Natalie, boop, 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 we boxing it out. And I'm really getting it in. Like, I'm really getting it in. I'm not even trying to, like, boast myself, but I'm really getting it in with the girl. Then, all of a sudden, I'm feeling too many hits. Like, I'm feeling too many hits. And I'm like, what in the world? So, like, I gather myself enough to see that now E, mind you, E was in a cast. He was in a cast. Like, his arm was in a sling. And he was trying to, like, he was hitting me. And like, at first I'm like, maybe, like, and mind you, I'm a very conscious person. So even when my adrenaline is high, I'm still thinking. So I'm like, all right, maybe he's trying to break it up. But I'm just, at this point, I'm not even like duking no more. I'm just windmilling. Like, I'm just trying to get up out of there. Then the cops come and they break us up. So I'm like looking around, mind you, I had a weave in, and my scarf was all messed up. Like everything was messed up. I'm seeing blood. I'm like, is this my blood? Is this her blood? Like, I'm like, oh my God. I'm looking around for Loopy. Y'all, do y'all want to take a wild guess as to where Loopy was? Loopy was over there coddling and consoling the little kids. Yeah, very much, it's okay, to the little kids. What, girl? Your sister just got jumped for you, girl. I'm like, so the cops, they break it up and like, they're like, all right, y'all just go home. Y'all are kids, just go home. So now at this point, I have to walk to my house. I'm mad, bro. So I leave Loopy. I leave her there. And I'm just walking to my house. At this point, I wasn't that far from my house, but I still had to, like, it was a walk. And I'm tears are coming down my face. I'm mad. I'm like feeling beat up. I've never gotten beat up in my life, but I'm feeling beat up. I come into the house, literally, I don't know for what reason, but my whole family just happened to be downstairs and everybody's looking like, girl. So obviously I explained to them what happened and they're like, I'm pissed off. Loopy texted me, oh my God, I'm so sorry. She called me. She like, yeah, I kicked her in the back. You kicked her in the back. Girl, you was not in that fight. Mind you, Loopy had long hair. So if she was fighting, her hair would have been nothing. I remember vividly, nothing was in disarray about this girl. Because she was not in it. She was letting me get beat up. So at this point, I'm mad, bro. I'm mad. I'm truly mad. While later that day, Loopy and her mom come to my house with a large bag of chips. A large bag of chips and a bevy. Mind you, neither of these chips or beverages are like my favorite or nothing. To apologize. And y'all know what I did? I accepted the apology. Yeah, because I'm hip. Like, bro, I'm telling y'all, I was dippy. I was really like I wasn't thinking. So, mind you, this is what my face looked like. I don't have any like clear pictures because I was so embarrassed. But like my lip was swollen, my eye was swollen, and this is days before my trip. I think I maybe had 2 more days before my trip, if that. So when I went on my trip, my lip was still swollen. So was my face was kind of still swollen too. And like I just had to like go and like act like nothing happened and be happy and enjoy myself. And it was so difficult because it was like, in my mind, I felt so betrayed. Like, hold on. I just felt so betrayed. It was like, girl, you are literally my closest. You're like the closest friend I have, and you would let this happen to me. I had no trust, but I still had love, right? So mind you, while I was in Delaware, I barely had service. It was a camping trip, so I wasn't really on my phone much, and I didn't have all that great of service. I don't even think my phone was on at the time. I think I was relying on Wi-Fi, if I'm being honest. So one day I get enough signal to go on Instagram. Y'all, this is the part that really, oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I go on Instagram and I see Loopy post on her story a boomerang. A boomerang of her at the park with E's siblings. The same siblings that were at the fight. Mind you, after the fight, I said to Loopy, I said, bro, I cannot be your friend. I cannot deal with you if you're going to deal with him. You see what dealing with him got you. You see where it's gotten you, and you see what situation just put in me. So if you're going to deal with him, you can't be my friend. We can't do this. And she promised me, bro. She promised me that she would not deal with him anymore, that she was going to cut him off, all that good stuff, right? I was flamed. And mind you, I didn't have enough service to like post anything. So I'm like, when I get home, it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. So when I got home from my trip, I call her or I text her. I don't remember which one. I'm pretty sure it was a call. And I'm like, bro, like, are you dumb? You think I'm dumb? Like, why are you hanging out with him? She talking about, oh, I wasn't hanging out with him. I was just hanging out with the siblings. Like, I was babysitting because I needed the money. Da, 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 da. You did not need to babysit them. That's how I'm feeling. Like, you did not need to babysit those kids. It's many ways to make money, and you did not need to babysit them. Why would you want to associate with that family when he don't care about you? He don't care about you, and he literally just jumped your best friend, your sister. Hello? It only made sense to me. So after that, I think I might even forgave her. It wasn't until a couple months later, maybe like a month later, that she did something else, and I do not remember what that last thing was. But it definitely resulted in me getting very, very petty, very petty, very, very petty. If y'all want to know exactly what I did, just leave a comment down below saying, tell the full story, tell the full story. Because if I tell the full story about the depth of our friendship, y'all would be like, girl, like, are you okay? Because I'm a victim. No, I'm a victim. I'm a victim of friendship abuse. And I'm not even being funny. Like, it was a terrible friendship. So yeah, that is the story of the time that I got jumped on my birthday. And honestly, if I'm being completely honest, looking back on the situation, there is so much that I could have done differently. For one, I could have took the signs early and dipped out on that friendship. I didn't need to be in that friendship. That friendship was not benefiting me besides a couple laughing and joke. It was an outgrown friendship that I was still trying to fit myself into. Every person around me at that time, from my best friend to my family, were telling me to leave that girl alone, and I did not listen, and that was my karma. That was my karma for not listening to people that loved me. Also, looking back on the situation, I can see, like, now that I have more life experience and I know a lot more about, psychology and things like that, I see that she was a victim herself. She was dealing with, like, some maybe mild form of Stockholm syndrome, because this man was literally physically, mentally, and emotionally abusing her, and she just could not leave. So to a certain extent, I'm not upset at her. Like, I've completely, in my heart, I've forgiven that situation, but I will never forget it, and I will never be caught dead being her friend again. There's been multiple times since that situation where she's tried to, like, wiggle her way into my life. And like I said, and lesson learned, if you're at home and you're dealing with a friend who you think might be a little bit of a snake, they are. Your intuition is never wrong. If your parents are telling you this person is a snake, they are. Your parents are they're not wrong when it comes to those things. They might be wrong about everything else, but they're not gonna be wrong about that. Yeah, so that's the end of this story. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, this story was not to promote violence. It was not to make anyone in the story look bad. It was simply just my life experience. And yeah, if you like this story, you want to see more of, if you want to hear more of the crazy stuff that's happened in my life, please subscribe and turn on that bell notification so you know when I upload. If you are already a part of the gang, thank you so much for tuning in. You know the love and support is everything that I need. Bye.